controversy, opinion, point of view. This is Prime News.
All right, if we got a legal dream team for you tonight and they're ready to deliberate today's top legal stories, prosecutor Stacey Honowitz joins us, attorney Mark Eiglarsh, host of SpeakToMark.com, and attorney Kelly Saindon. First up, folks, let's talk about the Steven Slater case. The JetBlue flight attendant, some called a hero for his dramatic exit down the emergency chute of a parked plane. Sounds like he may get a plea deal. He appeared in court today on felony charges of reckless endangerment and criminal mischief, along with the offense of criminal trespass. But instead of the maximum 7 years, he could get some anger management classes and counseling. Is this appropriate, or perhaps should we ban this guy from ever being a flight attendant ever again? Stacey Honowitz, let me start with you in terms of what he did and what his punishment may be here.
Boy, it sounds awfully lenient to go forward on something like that, where he's looking at serious jail time for something, and he's only getting probation or counseling. Now, he had no priors, from what I understand, no prior convictions for any kind of criminal behavior. So I'm not that surprised that something like this. And, you know, you have to remember, Vinny, people were applauding him. People thought he did a fabulous job. I mean, they have to realize he really endangered the lives of people that were down on the tarmac. So do I think it's lenient? I think it's pretty lenient.
Mark Eiglarsh, can't we put him on some form of probation and make a condition of that you do not become a flight attendant ever again for anyone?
Absolutely. I think that that's fair. And listen, I reserve hero for firemen and people who rush into dangerous situations to save someone. He's no hero. At the same time, this was an isolated incident for which he showed remorse. He deserves a break.
All right, let's move on now to accused murder suspect Joran van Sloot. He's talking again, this time to NBC's Today Show. So much speculation about whether he was involved in the disappearance of Alabama teen Natalee Holloway. Here's what he had to say about an alleged extortion plot. There were people who were paying me to make up stories, and I was really good at making up stories. If you want something, I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Sure. Kelly Saindon, van Sloot, he escaped justice down in Aruba. That was an investigation that was just bungled from the beginning. They've got him on videotape doing just about everything except committing murder down in Peru. What he has to say really doesn't necessarily interest me anymore, because he doesn't have to say anything, because the videotape says it all, doesn't it, Kelly?
I completely agree with you. This guy needs to stop talking. They need to prosecute him, and they need to put him away. He's making stuff up. He's always been trouble. He's always in trouble. And I agree with you. He's not interesting. He's dangerous. Aruba bungled it before. And let Natalee Holloway's family get justice through the prosecution of this other victim, that maybe if Aruba hadn't bungled it, she'd still be alive.
Yeah, Mark Eiglarsh, I look at this guy, and it seems that he'll do anything for money. He'll say anything for money. Really, can we ever believe anything that comes out of his mouth from this point forward?
No. And at this point, every time I hear him speak, I hear blah, 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 blah. Nothing has any credibility whatsoever. His back's against the wall because the evidence is completely overwhelming at this point. He'll do whatever it takes to get himself out of the situation. The only way he's getting out is with an Uzi.
Yeah,
his lawyer has no control over him at all, obviously, because if the lawyer's letting him speak like this over and over again, I can't believe that he can't, control his client. It's not helping him in any way.
We can't beat our clients to shut up, you know.
Well, here's
well,
what
you
I
don't
think
have
is
to
helping.
allow them to do a national. You can tell them you're not doing a national broadcast.
Not up to us. A lot of times they want to hang themselves.
Here's
like
where he's helping himself. He's making some of this so he can pay his lawyers and anybody else that he needs to pay down in Peru. All right. Drew Peterson, remember him? He claims he and his family are being persecuted. In a letter to his attorney, Peterson claims authorities threatened, harassed, pestered, even hounded his family. Peterson went on to say, "I'm not looking for any sympathy from me. I can handle myself. But I'm asking the media to closely watch over these proceedings to help protect my son Stephen, being my children's caregiver, against the malicious prosecution he is now facing." Now, his son does have a difficult job here, because he's raising Drew Peterson's children, the children who don't have a mother here. Why? Well, police suspect that Drew Peterson has a lot to do with that. Kelly, how about Drew Peterson, again, making some noise with the media? To me, this guy is infatuated with the spotlight. Even though he's locked up and his trial has been put off for a while, he is seeking the spotlight.
He needs to go away. I completely agree with you. He absolutely wants the attention put on him. He's saying, look out for my family, watch out for my kids, but he's putting their picture out there. He's making sure everyone knows that they're related to him. He's turning the spotlight on his son, who's a police officer, and instead of letting him just do his job, if he does something wrong and he's prosecuted, if the guy's innocent, he'll be proven innocent. But instead, Drew is making it about him, and he's really got some issues.
Yeah, and Stacey, I see this guy, unfortunately, using his children. All along he's saying, no, it's for the kids, it's all about the kids, but he throws the picture of the kids out there, talks about the kids, and puts them in the news tonight, all for himself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this guy talks out of, two sides of his mouth. We saw, even when he was arrested and taken out in handcuffs, when he was pulled into the police station, we saw him really playing to the cameras. So this guy needs the attention, and I guess because the spotlight really hasn't been on him in the last couple of months, this is a way for the media to get back. So whether he wants you to believe that he wants to look out for the privacy of his children, he's doing it the completely wrong way.
Stacey Honowitz, Mark Eiglarsh, Kelly Saindon, tonight's Legal Dream Team. Thanks so much, everyone.
Take care, man.
All right, straight ahead on Prime News.